Ever wonder how artists go from unknown to unforgettable? The University of Arts and Design just launched How Artists Become Known. It's a free seminar series, and we're starting with Van Gogh. Watch now at uad.education. Welcome to the Make and Design podcast. I'm Carina Gardner, and this is a university update. So the University of Arts and Design is about to hit its 2-year anniversary on May 15th. And we have learned so much in running a university. It's actually kind of mind-blowing what I understand about the university system and why certain students are let in, other students are, not. And a lot of it has to do with the policies that are in place at universities. It's just been super fascinating. Let me give you an example of this. One of the things that we are required to calculate are retention rates and completion rates for graduation. And as you look at numbers and make sure that you're hitting certain goals, it suddenly has occurred to me why it's easier to transfer in students from another university than it is to start them at your university. Not necessarily the case for us because we're mostly a graduate school, but I've been thinking about this for my own kids because I have 2 of them that are in college right now working on bachelor's degrees. And my oldest daughter got an associate's at her community college near our home and stayed at home while she did that. And then she transferred to a private school. And it was very easy for her to transfer into that school. And, maybe they don't blatantly say this, but there's probably a better chance of a transfer student who's maybe finished a few general eds or has done some of the hard work and understand what college is really all about. There's probably a likely chance that they're going to finish their degree. And that's really good for a university because we really want our students to finish. And part of the reporting that we do is really figuring out and making sure that as many students are completing their programs as possible. And so this is really, it's become this very introspective thing as I think about the way colleges and universities are run and what they're doing. So here are some updates to some of the things that we've changed at our university from just learning and figuring out what works best for a university, a small online university like ours. The first thing is we initially started with 4 semesters, and one of those semesters was a spring 2 semester that started in March. And so it was fall. Spring 1 started in January, and spring 2 would start in March, and then we had the summer semester. This in-between semester was built in for people who needed to start later, who wanted to start at a later point. And what we decided to do after running for 2 years, we did have a couple of students come into a spring 2, but we recognized that it actually made it very difficult for them to catch up to the rest of the cohort. And so because of that, we decided to get rid of spring 2. And I think that has made for a really clean layout in terms of when courses are being offered. Speaking of when courses are being offered, one of the things that we made the decision on is that all cohorts would start in the fall together. And this was literally from a series of exit interviews we did with students who had graduated and focus groups we did with current students. One of the things we found is that these cohorts end up being the prime community that you are using to finish your degree. And that if you're part of that community, that strong community really aids you in finishing your degree or your certificate. And that was very interesting. I mean, I think I knew that would happen, but somehow hearing it from the students and all the things they're doing. So for example, our 2025 fall cohort, they created their own Facebook group where they could share all of their projects with each other and answer questions for each other and motivate each other. And I was totally blown away. The 2024 cohort, on the other hand, really opted for Marco Polo. So they like to video chat with each other. And so what we are seeing is this kind of community being built around the coursework that you're taking and doing it together and staying together in a certain order. And so because of that, we got rid of that spring 2 semester. We only have 3 semesters now, fall, spring and summer. So fall always starts in September, spring always starts in January, and May is our summer start. And there's, of course, the biggest break is between fall and spring because there's the Christmas holiday break. There's about a 2-week break between spring and summer, and then there's a 1-week break between summer and fall. And sometimes we have a little more than that, but what we're kind of finding is that that's kind of how it all lays out because people are really ready for their time in the winter break. And the winter break is the longest. It's about 3 to 4 weeks long. So it's been really interesting as we've been scheduling and calendaring all of that out. The next thing that we decided to do was make it so that certain courses were available at certain semesters. When we laid it out, we found that people got the most benefit by being with a bigger group. And so because of that, we have laid out on our website all the courses. So if you go to a degree or a certificate program, you can click on those courses and you can see when that course is being offered, how much that course costs per credit hour. You can see who the instructor is and actually even the open class meeting times. So we do something a little different than most universities in that we don't have class times because that would require you to attend and get the lectures that way. Instead, we make sure those are all pre-recorded and ready for you. Instead, our open class meeting times are available so that you can come and talk with your students and ask questions to your instructor or a facilitator and make sure that you have all the materials necessary. We do love them. I think they're really an important part of the course, but we don't take attendance in them. They're not required. And we just want you to know that there is some available times to talk to your teacher. It's kind of like an office hour mixed in with class time, mixed in with student social time. So we kind of mix all of those things together so that you still know your classmates, you learn and get to know your instructor, and it just makes it a really good experience. So those are some of the things that we're kind of working on right now. We are open for enrollment and we're only taking students in the fall now. That's the other thing, unless you're taking an individual class. If you're taking an individual class that's being held in another semester, then you can take that individual class. We are still only in 19 states. That's all we're enrolling at this time. And we've kind of built some kind of cool things. I know some of you are waiting that will just help engage you and hopefully keep educating you. One of them is this new seminar series I've been working on. If you go to the uad.education website, you will see it there. There's a great big picture of Van Gogh, and my plan is to do several seminars for absolutely free, talking about artists and designers who have become known and why they've become known. Because one of the things that we really struggle with as design business owners or art business owners is how do we get visibility? And so what I've done is find examples in history so that we can see how are these artists becoming known truly? Like, is it just because they were so brilliant, because they were doing something different, or because someone stepped in and made them famous? And that's what we find with Van Gogh. So I think you'll really enjoy that series. Just go to uad.education. You'll see it on the homepage. You can absolutely join it for free. And you'll also see me add some more seminars. There's just one right now as I move along, and you'll get to hear about it. So go check that out. I think you'll really love it. The second thing that I've created is a Choose Your Own UAD adventure. That is also on the homepage. And basically what it is we understand that when you get on our website, you might be like, oh, I don't know what I'm looking for. I think I want to do a design certificate. Where's the tuition? Where's the academic catalog? How do I know what courses to take? And so what we did was we created this really fun adventure experience. And basically all you do is you click on it, you put in your name, your email, and then it will give you buttons. And you can just go through with the buttons and go see tuition for the thing you want, go see the UAD experience, find out what we think about AI and how we teach with it. And so you get to go through, you don't have to watch all of it. You know, if you're not interested in a master's degree, then You don't have to see anything on a master's degree, right? If you're not interested in a design certificate, you're not seeing the stuff on the design certificate. We think this will be a really helpful educational experience for you, and I think you'll really enjoy that. So that's Choose Your UAD Adventure, and that's at uad.education. So go check that out. We're just trying to find ways to make it easy for you to understand what we do and how we do it. Everything is focused on the mission of the university, which is to create this interdisciplinary outcomes-based degree or certificate for many of you. And that is the merging of design, art, and business. And we're really excited, especially as we're starting to see the results of our graduates and students and what they're doing next. It's pretty incredible. So we've really, really been loving it. We hope that you'll come join us and find out more, see if the university is a great fit for you. You can find out more at uad.education, and I can't wait to see you there. Want to hang out more? Go to designsweetcourses.com/free to get our weekly freebies and patterns, die cut files, and more. Can't wait to see you there. I have a gift for you. My third book, The Intentional Design Year, is out, and I want to give you access to read it. To get the digital copy for 1 month for free, go to www.designsweetcourses.com/intentional. Make sure and do the www. Because for some reason, that's the only way it will work. Anyway, this will get you free access to read the book for an entire month. If you love it, you can always go to Amazon and get the whole book plus the prompt journal.